Is it true that you are searching for the ideal TV arrangement to binge watch? With countless choices out there, one feels overpowered with the measure of substance accessible. Trust me, I have battled a ton to locate the ideal English web arrangement for a languid end of the week or a straightforward workday night after office. Furthermore, with regards to a stage that gives you a humongous assortment of shows, Netflix is on the top. Actually, I am infatuated with Netflix. You can say that I am an affirmed binge watcher. Be that as it may, with so numerous new shows coming each month on Netflix, one requires a little direction concerning which shows merit your time, correct? Along these lines, from all the stunning English web arrangement that I have ever viewed on Netflix, here are my undisputed top choice Netflix shows ever which you can use as your cheat sheet. Presently, this could possibly incorporate some mainstream shows that have a major fan following, yet I'm certain there will be a couple of new shows in the rundown that may turn into your next most loved show. So absent a lot further ado, here is my rundown of the best Netflix original English web series to binge watch. But don't forget to drop a like to this video. Leave a thumbs up on this one and make sure to do yourself a favor by clicking the red subscribe button with notifications on and have a look for you whenever I have a new and fresh top 10s. 10. DC Titans. In view of the characters of the DC Funnies, Titans is a true-to-life web arrangement of the mainstream energized show The Teen Titans and is a reviving glance at the DC Saints. This English-language show follows the account of youthful superheroes drove by Nightwing, who was Batman's first Robin. The group fends off an unusual heavenly scoundrel and furthermore attempt to investigate their inner clashes. The activity is stunning, the characters have profundity and the story is tight. Heads up and perceive how unique the show is. 9. House of Cards. One of the most famous shows on Netflix. This American political spine chiller is about a congressman who, alongside his manipulative spouse, looks for force and ascends the hierarchical stepping stool through tricky and shameless strategies. The show is perhaps the best show out there with incredible acting by Kevin Spacey and Robin Wright. Every one of the 6 seasons can be gushed on Netflix. 8. Stranger Things. Well, as the name proposes, Stranger Things is bizarre. The show is essentially a religion wonder. This American Dream show is about a lady who's looking for her child who unexpectedly vanishes one day. She alongside a cop and her child's companions attempt to discover him. However, there is likewise a peculiar heavenly power in the town, a baffling little young lady, and a dim government office that are a critical part to the story. The help is diverse to such an extent that you will be stuck find somewhere to sit contemplating what will occur straight away. Additionally, the show gives you a total 80s vibe. More Unusual Things is one of the most well-known shows out there and unquestionably a standout amongst other unique shows on Netflix. 7. Ozark. Do you miss watching Breaking Bad? Alright, Ozark is the ideal substitution. Jason Bateman plays a monetary guide who needs to wash $500 million for a medication master after his companion attempts to burglarize the medication chief. The characters are generally dim and Jason Bateman convincingly plays a man who will effectively insure his family. Ozark is a connecting with wrongdoing show that you ought not miss. 6. The Haunting of Hill House. This is a show that is similarly frightening, enthusiastic, and delightful. Truly, you heard that right. The Haunting of Hill House is the best awfulness web arrangement ever constructed in English, as I would see it. It's an account of a broken family that is spooky by the recollections of their old home and how certain occasions lead to an unnerving story. The acting is first class, as is the dreadfulness level. This show unquestionably is Netflix's best contributions. 5. Mindhunter. Mindhunter is one of my number 1 wrongdoing spine chillers. It is both dull and goal-oriented. It follows 2 FBI specialists who approach talking with chronic executioners to comprehend what makes somebody a sociopath. The show is set during the 1970s and has a very vintage feel to it. Notwithstanding, the show is very realistic and not every person might have the option to process it. The show is brilliant, captivating and binge commendable. 4. Master of None. Aziz Ansari brings to you a show that will contact your heart. The show may appear to be hopeless from the outset, however don't allow that to trick you. This satire web arrangement is approximately founded on Ansari's genuine encounters as a striving entertainer and humorist. The show investigates kinship, love, disaster and everything in the middle of, even the most everyday things throughout everyday life. Master of None is one of the most keen and irresistible comedies out there which will carry a grin to your face with tears also. 3. Narcos. Set and shot in Colombia, Season 1 and 2 of this American wrongdoing dramatization web arrangement recounts the tale of medication head honcho Pablo Escobar, played delightfully by Wagner Moura, and how the American opiates specialists caught him. The show is grasping with a tight storyline. Every scene will attract you and you won't have the option to stop the show. Narcos is outstanding amongst other bilingual shows, English and Spanish, out there with enrapturing exhibitions. It should be on your watch list. 2. Making a Murderer. A genuine wrongdoing-based docu-series crossing longer than 10 years which follows the excursion of an indicted man, Stephen Avery, who is battling the framework that has supposedly erroneously blamed him for a wrongdoing. This show will keep you speculating with respect to who is coming clean and will stun you simultaneously. No big surprise, this show is both ruinous and interesting. The show has circulated 2 seasons on Netflix and right away turned into an American marvel as the show uncovered debasement inside the police divisions and justice framework in the USA. It is effectively one of the top shows on Netflix. 1. Black Mirror. So how would I clarify this show? Dark Mirror is a sci-fi English treasury web arrangement that investigates the effect and outcomes of innovation on present-day culture. Every scene is a report that manages a cutting-edge world that has been advanced from current innovation and afterward a story is played through it. It's one of the most bent takes on human conduct and every story is one of a kind. The essayists of the show make a phenomenal close cutting-edge world and everybody needs to encounter this creative show. Actually, I would state that watching this show resembles sitting on a thrill ride, and for me, this is the best show on Netflix to binge watch. So the thing is, would you say you are sitting tight for? Sign on to Netflix at this moment and begin watching these shows. Glad binge viewing.